everybody. I brought you here to talk to you about the importance of understanding the physical and behavioral risks of declawing your cat. So people use their toes and their fingertips for a number of things. What examples can we think of?
Walking.
Eating.
Okay.
Typing.
All right, perfect. Those are great examples. The main reason that we use our fingertips is to basically take in information from the world. And of course our toes help us keep balance so we don't fall over. Well, if those are important to us, then they're extremely important to cats. Their fingertips and toes, and more specifically their claws, help them get around in life. Cats use their claws for a number of things. They use them for hygiene, stretching, marking their territory with scent glands in their pads, agility and exercise, balancing, climbing, and of course defense. That's probably the number one reason. Claws are literally the confidence builder for cats. The Paw Project, which is an organization that serves to educate owners about the inhumaneness of declawing their cats, states that when cats are declawed, cats are deprived of their natural instinctual behavioral impulses to use their claws to climb, exercise, and mark their territory with the scent glands in their pads. As you can see, removing a cat's claws is literally detrimental to their health. Not only them, but it's detrimental also to the owners and both the animal and the owner's environment. So what is declawing? We've heard the term before, but do we really know what it is? Declawing, or onychectomy, as defined by the Humane Society of the United States, is a surgical procedure that traditionally involves amputation of the last bone or the distal phalanx of every toe. Here's an example. As you can see, we've got the claw, the distal phalanx, and the middle phalanx, and this line serves as a guide for doctors to cut. So literally that entire joint comes off. In humans, it's like taking off your very first joint. Imagine having your hands with no first joints. There are several ways in which doctors can perform these procedures. The first and most popular is either with a scalpel or a guillotine clipper like you see here. The second is with a laser, pretty much done the same way except for it helps to cauterize the area. The third, which is called tendinectomy, doesn't actually remove the claw. It leaves it intact. However, the extensor ligament is cut, leaving the cat unable to extend its claws. Oftentimes, the post-op is extremely painful. Usually the recovery time is 2 to 3 days. However, for some cats with complications, it's a lot longer, sometimes a lifetime. A lot of physical and behavioral complications are associated with declawed cats. Dave Petronik, VMD, wrote an article for the Journal of American Veterinary Medical Association stating that the most common physical complications are hemorrhaging, infection, claw regrowth, persistent lameness, and plantigrade stance. Here you see a picture of a cat who's had a poor surgery and is gaining an infection in the feet. Here we have an x-ray of a cat. On the right is a normal paw with claws still intact, and on the left you see a declawed cat whose bones have turned in over time, making it like walking with a permanent pebble in their shoe. Here we have a cat standing plantigrade. Cats walk on their toes, so when they have constant pain in their toes and in their feet, they drop down to the palms of their feet to lower the pressure on their toes. Cats also have a lot of behavioral issues associated with declawing. The first and foremost is that cats can often become more aggressive and fearful, and once they do that and they have no first line of defense, which is their claws, they result to biting, which is their second line of defense. Oftentimes, owners of declawed cats report that their cats do bite more after surgery. The second issue behaviorally that cats tend to have after declawing is litter box issues. Cats go into their litter box post-op and it hurts their feet to walk on the litter, so they try to find a better place to go to the bathroom, something more comfortable, something they don't associate with pain, like your bed or your clothes or your rug. So these are some of the issues that we have with cats that are declawed. So what are some alternatives to this? In his video titled How to Get Your Cat to Stop Scratching Furniture, cat expert Jackson Galaxy states that for every no that you give a cat, there must be a yes. For example, if your cat is scratching up your furniture, typically just trying to say, hey, I love my family, I want to be part of my family, this is my territory. We want to tell the cat no, but we want to redirect them to a scratching post located directly next to the furniture so that they still feel part of the family, but they have their own place to scratch. The second alternative to declawing your cat is clipping its nails. It's a lot easier to do in kittens, as you can train them from there. Older cats, it's a little more difficult, but with the help of a veterinary professional and an extra pair of hands, you can teach your cat to be more comfortable with this. The third option, which I would probably consider a last resort, is a product called soft paws. They're just vinyl nail caps. They go over the cat's nails and keep them from scratching up the furniture. They come in a variety of cute colors and sizes and can be applied every 2 weeks. So in conclusion, declawing is an easy way to solve a very complex problem, but it's certainly not the most humane way. If you find yourself in a situation where your cat is clawing up your furniture or using its nails in an inappropriate way, the cat's just trying to tell you something, and the cat's being a cat. It's your job as a responsible pet owner to redirect and train the cat. Cat behavior is both a mystery and not. In the words of famous composer Frank Perkins, a cat will do what it wants and there's nothing you can do about it. Well, thankfully we know Mr. Perkins was incorrect. As an owner of 6 very well-behaved cats, I can say that with use of all 3 alternative methods, my furniture is still intact and so are my cat's claws. All right?
Yeah.
All right, do we have any questions?
Is it common practice now for veterinarians to encourage this kind of surgery, or do they not do it as much anymore?
It's slowly going on the decline because of information about the inhumaneness and the pain that's caused by the surgery itself. A lot of small clinics will still do the surgery, especially along with a young spay and neuter. They typically will add the declaw in at a lower price so that they can get it done. Anybody else?
How young could a kitten get their claws removed?
Typical earliest age that a cat can have surgery done is 8 weeks. That's when most clinics, especially shelter clinics, will spay and neuter their animals. So at that time they're ready for surgery, and the declaw can happen at that time as well.
You said the nail caps have to be replaced every 2 weeks?
Yep, that's correct. Basically what happens is they're glued on. So when you'll grow out with the nail, and then you just clip them off and you'll put the new one on. Anybody else? All right, perfect. Thanks, guys.
Faith, you did a great job. Thank you for presenting today. Did anyone have any other comments or suggestions for her presentation?
I thought it was very informative. I had declawed a cat a long time ago because I thought it was a normal practice, but yeah, I wish I'd have known more. But I haven't done that since, so. But yeah, it was very informative.
Any other critiques?
Good job on the eye contact.
Yes. Yep. Yep. And you used the note cards only when you needed them. You didn't refer to them too much. It wasn't excessive.
Very few
Yep.
Did I really?
yeah, very few
Yeah.
filler
Almost done.
words.
Yep.
Yeah.
And you did great with the dog barking distraction in the background.
That's typical of pet owners and pet lovers. All right. Cool. I think that's it.
Cool.
We got all 8 people in there. They're still here, I promise.
Yep.